One of the words that has been big in this last year is the word pivot. People have talked about having to pivot because of everything as it continues to evolve and change. And we've had another season where things are changing rapidly. Cases are up in terms of COVID again in our own county. Hospitalizations are up. And so people have been asking the question, is it responsible for the church to continue to meet? Is it responsible for the church to meet the way that it's meeting? What else can we do? And so I just want to take a moment and explain where we are, where we're headed. And so I hope that you'll just hang in here for a few moments because it matters how we continue to move forward as a church. Our goal throughout this time has been to stay open as much as we can, as long as we can, to engage as many people as we can, online, in person, and to be part of the public health in a positive way, not to thumb our nose at any of the issues that are out there. Now, I understand well, because I've gotten emails from many of you, I've had conversations, that there are people with opinions all over the place. Some people feel like we should close the church. Some people feel like we should say masks are required at every service all the time if you're in the building, and we should police it. Other people say, if you ask me to wear a mask, you're infringing on my rights, and you are in some ways complicit with a world reset or something like that. And I actually am sympathetic to where everyone's coming from. But if we come back to our original idea, stay open, engage as many people as possible, and contribute to the well-being of our community, what we're hearing, and our church leadership did consult medical professionals, what we're hearing is that cases are on the rise. And so we want to clarify what we mean with mask required, mask encouraged with our services. Some people have heard mask encouraged to mean optional, and that's not really what we mean. When we say mask encouraged, we mean mask encouraged. Especially right now, we want people who come to the services to mask to the best of our ability. And if you're a person who says, you know what, as a matter of conscience, as a matter of my own physical well-being, wearing a mask, I can't, then we respect that, and that's why we use the phrase mask encouraged. At the same time, we use mask required because if you're a person who says, I cannot and do not want to be in a space with anybody who takes off a mask for any length of time, then we want that to be a safe space for you. And that's why we've added opportunities that are truly mask required, not just mask encouraged. And you've done a great job of respecting that. People who've come here have done a great job of having masks on, coming in and out, which I would say is really a way of being hospitable. It's a way of saying, even if you don't think the science is on the side of it, even if you don't believe that this is a good thing from an overall standpoint, I think it's a hospitable approach, just to say, I'm going to wear a mask in my coming and going, and if I don't have a conscientious objection, in order to contribute to the health, to help the church stay open, and by having options, we're trying to engage as many people as possible. Obviously, if you're sick, stay home. If your group can wear masks, we strongly encourage that. If you can meet by Zoom right now, that makes sense as well, because again, we want to contribute to the overall well-being, have worship services continuing throughout all this time in person, and have as many people be able to participate. So thanks for just being a part of this. I know some people have asked the question about the church and the safety of it. And let me just reiterate something you've probably heard me say, and that is, since June, to our knowledge, we have not had a case of transmission at the church. We've practiced social distancing by registering for the services. Everyone who comes can be in a socially distanced space. By saying mask encouraged, that seems to have allowed us to have that. Now, we know that the numbers at some point will probably turn against that, but that's been our prayer, our hope, and so far we've been able to see that through. So we hope that you'll continue just to engage in what's going on at Orchard Hill, either online or in person, and that we can have a great Christmas season and January as we move forward.